The purpose of this video is to explain the feasibility report assignment. I want to take you back a few years ago. The picture that you're looking at was taken in 1946. These are Mercer students who are gathering in the historic quad to demand the return of football to the university after it had been taken away shortly before World War II. As you know, we returned football in 2013, not 1946, so the process took a little bit longer than these students wanted. But what you probably don't know is that back in 2005 and 2006, the university seriously began to consider whether or not football would be a practical step forward in the university's future. So essentially, from 2005 to about 2009, the university was going through the process of a feasibility study or a feasibility analysis to determine if football would be practical, if it would be something we could afford, if it would be something we could do well, and if it was something that we actually wanted to do. And as you know, we did implement football, we did it well, and everything turned out great. But every company and organization goes through a feasibility study process, and I want to just briefly touch on the steps of that process and then what we're going to do for our assignment. I want to take you to our class website, and if you go to assignments and then you come down to feasibility report, that's where we are right now. There is a link to an online textbook that will give you more information about what a feasibility report is. The grading rubrics are at the bottom, as well as a PowerPoint presentation by me that will also explain feasibility reports in more detail. But essentially, it's just one form of a technical report. There are many other forms of technical reports. We're choosing to do just the feasibility report for this class. And essentially, it's a report that picks up a problem or an opportunity and then recommends a solution or a path based on evidence that you can actually point to, not just a recommendation based on opinion, but based on an analysis of data that you've done. So your job is to think of some very narrow topic that is a problem or perhaps an opportunity or some type of challenge. Hopefully at Mercer or maybe in your community. I would prefer your topic be related to campus. You would think about this particular problem and then try and choose 3 potential solutions to your situation. And then in the process of your feasibility analysis, you're going to go through and look at each solution based on some very specific criteria that you'll put into place. And then you're going to recommend one of those solutions. There are 10 steps on this page that will explain how we're going to do the assignment. I'll let you look at those on your own. I'm going to show you the feasibility report presentation now, but just a couple of parts of it. This is something that you can look at on your own when you have more time. In 2005 and 2006, leaders of the university were meeting to talk about football, and they were asking these questions. Is it possible for us to bring back football? Where might we put the field? Where would we get the players? Where would we get the coaches? Can we pull this off? Can we do it? Could we win? Someone in the room would have asked, can we afford this? How are we going to pay for the stadium? How are we going to pay the salaries? If we go to scholarships, how will we do that? Someone else in the room would have said, is it really necessary in the university's future for us to even bring back football? We've already got other sports. Is it necessary to bring back football? These are the foundational questions of a feasibility analysis. The rest of this PowerPoint presentation will walk you through the structure and the organization of a feasibility report. But let me take a moment and just show you an example of a feasibility report. This report is one that a student did in 2011 about purchasing the lockers for students for the engineering school. And I put this as an example because it really lays out well what a feasibility report should be. Notice right away that this is in memo format. It includes an introduction and then immediately a conclusion here. And that is designed on purpose because whoever is reading your feasibility report may be very busy and you may need to give them the conclusion right away. So this person tells us the problem using a purpose statement, provides the conclusion, which gives us the recommendation, lists the criteria that the person made the decision based upon, and then the rest of the document is basically an analysis of each potential solution based on the criteria. And then at the end of the paper you'll see a matrix analysis, which is this table that lists each potential solution, all the criteria, and then allocates points to help us get a quantitative idea of the value of one solution over another one. The writer repeats the recommendation and then writes a conclusion for the report. Feasibility reports are typically 3 to 4 pages. I know that was a quick trip through that particular report, but you can go back to this page and you can look at these on your own. This one is, I've named it Locker Feasibility Report. There's another one here that is about recycling. And there's also an example of a presentation that you will need to put together as well that you can do in PowerPoint or Google Docs. I would like for you to spend some time looking over this page, these 10 steps, the textbook chapter on feasibility reports, and this PowerPoint presentation a little bit more. And when you've done all of those things, we will discuss in class on Monday night how to put together the feasibility report assignment. And I will also tell you on Monday night that I would like for you to come up with a topic for your report tentatively by Wednesday so that you can email it to me for approval. So begin thinking about that now. Let me just finish by showing you our agenda for Monday night. June 16th, we'll start with presenting the document analysis reports. Each group will present their document and explain their findings based on the document design, the style, and the visuals. We will discuss in a little bit more detail the feasibility report assignment, and then we will also discuss the proposals assignment, and your resumes and cover letters will be due as well, then also on Monday night. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you Monday.